Hi everybody, how are you today? I'm going to do the last card out of this Tanglespeak deck. This is what the Tanglespeak deck looked like. First, it was 28 cards. It does say Focus Deck Volume 1, so I don't know if there's a Volume 2 out there, or 3 or 4 or whatever. Here is the website from these folks, tanglespeak.com, in case you decide you want to look them up for yourself. The card for today is called Treyes, Truth. Treyes invites you to seek the truth in your life. In what ways are you lying to yourself or allowing others to be untruthful with you? Effectiveness is the measure of truth. Are you effective in all areas of your life? If not, where can you reevaluate your actions or reactions? If things are not working, be honest with yourself, make changes, or try something new. So that's the pattern right there. And it looks complicated. I'm sure it's not, but it looks complicated. So the first thing we're going to do is parallel lines, where we can see that they did that at a diagonal, or they started this way, or they started this way. I don't know which way they started, but you're going to have parallel lines, and then you're going to make the triangles. So looks like if we started this way, then we would go this way and then this way, and making them so that they're a triangle. Within each triangle, we're going to do another triangle. That would be this center one. So depending on how big we make these triangles is how big we want to make that. And then here's the tricky bit. We extend that middle triangle, the arms kind of outward in a windmill path. Let's learn to speak, Don, in a windmill fashion. Over, 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 over. Okay, we're going to just go kind of clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise with our lines. And then we'll end up something like this. It looks like every other triangle, they did this pattern in it, which I think is really beautiful. Doing a pattern within the pattern. So let's give that a go. Let's do a nice rectangular piece. This looks like it's perfect for a rectangle. I have brown. That's all right. Brown is fine. Brown is just fine. And I think I'm going to plan this out with pencil. Do I want to make it kind of more consistent? Maybe so. Alrighty, let's give ourselves, this particular piece of paper that I'm working on is going to be a 6.5 by 4.5, in case you care. I'm going to really be specific with my lines here. I'm going to go 1/2 inch border. That, and then I think at a diagonal of some sort would be fun. So I'm going to create my diagonal. Maybe I'll create my diagonal the long way in the middle here, like this, and then I'll just go out 1 inch, 1/2 inch. I don't think 1/2 inch is enough. We're going to go 1 inch. 1 inch on either side of that line. And then right. Okay. Then we're going to go this way. Is that the right angle? I'm trying to figure out what angle is the right angle for a right triangle. Guess it doesn't matter as long as As long as I create a triangle, right? Let's go there. Oops, a little crooked. I don't want crooked. 1 inch. 1 inch, nice and big. And then it has to go 1 inch this way. Did that go crooked? It did. I felt it move as I was drawing. Okay. Let's fix this weird wiggly line. And that one. Okay, so now I want the triangles. That's going to go this way. Right in the middle of those X's. That should end up with the proper angle. Exactly. Exactly. And here. I can't do this without the drawing tools at my disposal because just drawing it freehand just wasn't going to go. Okay, but I like that it's not straight. I wanted it a little crooked, but that's good. That's good. Okay, and then now we can just freehand the rest. Then it can look free-handed even when it wasn't free-handed. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the triangles, the inner triangles. And then it goes that way, that way, that way. No, I did it wrong. She's supposed to go that way. I've already done that one wrong. Let's try again, shall we? Okay. This way, and that way. Okay. Triangle. This way, that way. This one's taking some concentration, you guys. Not gonna lie. Let's do a card so that I have something to talk about. I don't have to think about talking. What was the best gift your parents ever gave you? Other than life? This way, this way. So it has 3 arms all the way out. Best gift my parents ever gave me. When I was in high school, my parents spent some serious bucks, and let me go on a tour to Europe with my high school, which was awesome. This is going to go that way, and this one's going to go this way, right? Yes. It's probably the best gift. Material things aren't my thing I love the most. I prefer experiences. This is the one that's going to have the pattern in it because I goofed. So yeah, I went with many of my friends. Our high school did a senior summer study in Europe. It was a school event. We actually ended up with quite a number of students that went on this trip. Trying to remember. I think we were close to 300. So it was a lot of teachers, a lot of students. It was a great time. Really great time. I learned a lot. I didn't do something right here with this one either. This one doesn't feel like it's going in the right direction. Like that. Which way does this one go? It goes this way. Remember that one and this one should be the same. That one's got a weird shape to it, but it's okay. It's okay. Well, that was easier. Okay, so do my arm all the way out to there, and then all the way down to here, and then all the way out to here. That was easier to draw. Draw the whole triangle with the arm. Okay then. Much easier. Okay. This is going to take a while, you guys. It's a thoughtful one. All right. Yep. Like I said, I prefer experiences. The trip was several hundred students. We went to, started in Italy, went to France. No, went to Switzerland, went to France, and then went to England. That was a summer to remember. That's for sure. Okay. Next. If you had to choose a career for yourself different from what you do now, what would it be and why? Haven't we done this question before? I feel like I've done that question before. Would I love to make art for a living? Absolutely. If I couldn't make art for a living, like if YouTube was out, art was out, because it's something I currently still do, even though I'm not really making much of a living off of it, then what I like to do. Travel reporter? Sure. I like to travel around and report on what I see and do. Sure, that would be awesome. I'd have to up my technical video skills. I'd have to be more willing to put my face on the interwebs, which I am not. Definitely not a thing that I am comfortable with. That you guys know. I'd have to be better at what I'm doing, but I could do it. But would I love to travel for a living? Absolutely. Getting better at this. Getting better at it. Are they perfect? Nope, not even close. Are they better? Yes, yes, they are better. Do I need another question? What gift would you like to receive from your loved ones? The gift of time. Wouldn't it be awesome if nobody had to work and we could just all spend time together? Yeah, that would be awesome. But it's not realistic. We have to work. We have school. We have other obligations. So I enjoy my family when I have time with them. And like I said, I would rather have experiences over things. I would rather go do something together as a family than to own stuff. Not saying that I don't enjoy the stuff I own. I absolutely do, and I'm a materialistic and consumer driven as much as any other person in the United States is yet. But the stuff I have doesn't consume me, and I don't spend lots of times yearning for stuff. At least I don't think so. I feel like I'm not as consumerist as many other people. And I would much rather experience. I'd much rather take a trip or go on a cruise or go to an amusement park rather than buy the souvenir. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. I'm getting better. My lines are getting more consistent. You can see that this pattern is starting to grow on me. Absolutely getting better at it. Absolutely. Oops, a little crooked on that one. Oh well. My husband said something to me the other day that made me kind of sad. He said he wished he was more creative. That made me sad because I think he is creative and he thinks he's not. And that makes me sad. And I said, well, what do you want to make that you think you can't do? And he says, well, nothing ever turns out the way I have it in my head. And I think that's true for all of us. Many times it doesn't turn out the way you have it in your head. It doesn't mean it's bad, you know? And that's so hard to get over because I struggle with that sometimes too. It's like, oh, that is not what I had anticipated. But I feel like this is missing a line. Right there. But it just kind of made me sad that he feels like he has this creative urge, and then he feels like he's not fulfilling that in the way he'd like to. It just made me sad. I need to encourage him more. Come on out here, and if he feels like he wants to be a little more artistic, come out here and play with my paints. It's okay as long as you clean up after yourself and don't ruin stuff. But he wouldn't, you know. But come out here and play. If he's feeling shy or embarrassed to do it with me, that's understandable. Come out here and play anyway. Okay. So, I got that far. I'm not happy with that arm. And I'm very much not happy with this whole thing because that is what caused the curmudgeon, issue in the first place. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this our thing that we pattern. We'll do that. Does that look right? Not really. Do I like it? Not really. Shall we put another line in there? Why not? I'm still unhappy with that. I'm going to try something, because I am not feeling that. So we're going to try something. So every other one be here. Right? Yeah. So it would be this one. Like that. And then it would be this one. And it would be this one. We're just trying stuff out, because I was unhappy with the result of my play in that one. So we're just going to play differently. Doesn't mean it's a failure, right? This is going to take a minute. If you guys want to fast forward, feel free. I have to be careful not to color in my triangle in the middle. That's something I would totally do. Okay. And I'm thinking, once I get this filled in, because this is going to take me a minute, but once I get this filled in, I think I'm going to come back with my gold pen and try those overlaps again with gold, now that I kind of have the hang of it. First I thought white, but no, I don't want the white. It's too stark. But I have a gold pen. I think gold would be good. Ooh. Bzz, bzz. What is that? Is that my hubby? Nope, that's just Facebook. Just a video on Facebook. Okay, another question. Let's do another question. If you could personally witness one event in history, what would you choose? Oh gosh, my battery is dead now. Hi, yi, yi. I've done that question before. And now my battery's dead. You guys, this one is just not working out for me. Gosh darned it. Things beyond our control. Apparently this is my short battery. I need to mark it, as it doesn't go through 2 whole videos. Good to know. Can only rely on it for 1 video. Usually I can do 2, sometimes even 3 on 1 battery. apparently that's not this one, which means now I'm going to have to stitch these together, which is annoying. Because I don't like... what Microsoft did to the free product. And that means I need to find a new video editor. Because all I do is stitch things together. I don't even need to edit anything, really. I just need a video thing that will take one file and stick the other file on the other end. But I'm blinking, which means I won't finish. Well, I'm going to go as far as I can until it turns off. Maybe I'll make it, but I doubt it. Oh, fudge. See, I just did what I said I try not to do. Which is color in the middle of the triangle. Boy, this is just not going as planned. That's okay. It's alright. We'll live. Pen's starting to dry out. It needs to rest. So maybe I will cap this off, let it rest. Change my battery, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Got a fresh battery. Maybe now things will be better. I was close and yet so far, wasn't I? Oh, I have a question for you guys. Just dawned on me. My nephew is seeking out some good online churches. He lives in a sort of rural area. Doesn't really like the offerings in his hometown as far as Sunday morning services go. And he's on a personal journey, a quest, and he'd like to try to find an online church community that fits him and his life. So if any of you guys have a church that has an online presence that you think is really conducive to a modern young gentleman in his late 20s, early 30s, single, and who's just kind of seeking. You know that seeking? We all do it. He's in that seeking portion of his life. And Something's not right here with this triangle. It should go. It should go. Here. Like that. That's what's missing. Okay. So if you have a good one that you recommend, you can't leave links in YouTube comments. YouTube doesn't allow it. It just gets deleted. But if you could name the community, I can Google search it, or he can Google search it. But if you leave the name of the community, you know, so and so church and such a town, we can find it, you know. For example, my friend Avery, he runs a church called Common Grounds, and he has sort of a coffee theme to his sort of, I mean, they're not doing services in a coffee shop, but he would if he could. He loves his coffee, and he often talks about that the relationships that you make at a coffee shop can 100% be a place of ministry. So, you know, that's their thing. But anyway, like I said, if you have one, just let me know, and I will pass that information on. We're going to give this a go with the gold pen. I'm going to turn it over to the back, make sure it's working. Appears to be. Okay. So now I'm going to go here and here. That's working. Yes, that's working. Awesome. Wonder if I should do them here too. I might. What does this look like if I do? Ooh, I'm afraid to do it because then I can't take it back. I'm going to color in the triangles here, and then I can come back with black if I accidentally overrun one of the black. But I want that color in the other places. Yes. And then I'll probably come back and redo those lines a little bit stronger. because this is a fatter pen, so it looks like it needs a fatter. Besides that, I'm kind of overrunning some of that anyways, so. Oops, I missed one. Okay, I'm starting to enjoy this again. For a while there, I thought it was unattractive. Sometimes you just gotta keep going. Stretch your creative boundaries. And now I'm getting into the rhythm of drawing this shape, which is one of the things that happens in pattern drawing. You get into a rhythm, you get into a meditation. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, I really, really am starting to like how that looks. Now I just need a fat. My fat. Is it the fattest I have in the Copics? I think it is. Now we're just going to go over these lines again. Make sure that's dry so I don't get my hand in it. Seems to be. With a nice fat pen. Beautiful. I need to draw this long line. Perfect. Okay. Right, I need to talk about something so you guys don't get bored. Let's do a red card. Who are your closest old friends to this day? What makes these people special? My BFF and I met in 7th grade. And apparently she had been praying for a best friend. She's very outgoing, and I don't know why she didn't feel like she had a best friend. She had lots and lots of friends, but she felt like she didn't have a best friend. And she'd been praying for a best friend. And it was a new school year. We just moved from, in our area, elementary school went through 6th grade, and so 7th grade was the first year of junior high. And she said she talked to God and said, God, you're going to bring me, she just knew it, you're going to bring me a new best friend. And I had moved to a school that, because of where my house was on the border of the school areas, all my friends from elementary school went to a different junior high than me. I went north because I was right on the border, and my street went to the North Junior High as compared to the Southern Junior High, and all my friends lived south of me, so they all went to a different junior high, except for the couple that are on my street, but I mean like my good friends. And so I had like no friends in middle school when I first got there. I was shy, I was quiet, and I had no friends, which is sad. This needs a line here. Like that. And she said that she had prayed and she talked to God about it. And one day I was sitting there at lunch on the benches, and God told her, that's the one. She didn't know me from Adam. I didn't know her from Adam. And she walked right up to me and said, can I sit here? And so we sat at lunch together many days in a row, and the next thing you know, we became friends. And she was in couple of my classes actually. And we became study buddies, and we became friends, and then we became best friends, and we have known each other ever since, which is a very long time. Let's see, what would that make? We were like 13, 14 years old when we met. I've known her forever. I mean, I've been married to my husband for 39 years, and I knew her for 5 years before I even met my husband, and I've been married to him for 39 years, and we've been together for longer than that. So she's been my best friend for like 45, almost 50 years. Very long time. We've been best friends. She's awesome. All right. You guys have a great day. This turned out way better than I thought it was going to when I was first trying it out. Absolutely. I could go in here and do a little shading, but I think it doesn't really need it the way I put the highlights on the other. So I really like how that turned out. Yeah. So you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. I think on the next one I'm going to try showing you some of the things I've been working on for 29 Faces. And we're going to go from there. All right. You guys have an awesome afternoon. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place, one person at a time. You see somebody who's lonely, sit down next to them and say, can I sit next to you? And start up a conversation. That's awesome. I am not that person. I am not bold enough to do so, but my bestie, she's more outgoing than me, and she can do that. she can just walk up to somebody and just plop down and start a conversation. And I really admire her for that. That's how we became besties. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.